Welcome to another episode of Patch, a series where twice, sometimes 3 times a week, we take a look at gaming's weirdest, worst, sometimes best stories. And this week is one I'm not super excited about. I am a fan of the kart racer, specifically Mario Kart. And so when I heard there was going to be a mobile Mario Kart game, I thought, like any Mario Kart fan, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. And sure enough, we were right. Now, I want to point out before we get into all of the not so good stuff here, that this is a beta. It could change, but as we all know, the likelihood of that happening is about slim to none. So, let's talk about what the Mario Kart iOS beta is, or at this point, Android beta. But first, we have to talk about why people think it's our fault that this is so bad. See, Nintendo has released 4 main mobile games, 3 of which are probably very recognizable to you. Super Mario Run, the Animal Crossing Pocket Game, and, well, Fire Emblem Heroes. Let me give you a little bit of fact here. Super Mario Run was a big failure for Nintendo. They said themselves it did not meet expectations, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Fire Emblem Heroes has brought in over $500 million of revenue. Super Mario Run, less than $70 million. In fact, Animal Crossing, as well, under $75 million. So you can see the dichotomy here, but you know what the difference between Super Mario Run is and Fire Emblem Heroes? Super Mario Run costs $10. Fire Emblem Heroes, freemium game, free to play. Now, Nintendo said Fire Emblem Heroes was going to be a one-off when that game came out. They wanted to do the pay-to-play model that Super Mario Run was. But I think $500 million changed their mind because the Mario Kart mobile game is filled to the brim with egregious microtransactions. The game itself actually looks kind of fun. It's simple, swipe and tap to play. The game takes a little bit of the difficulty out of Mario Kart. You can't really fall off the track. There's little handicaps in place to make sure it's not too difficult to play on your phone. And it's certainly simplified down from the traditional Mario Kart gameplay. There are 5 different kinds of pay-to-play and pay-to-win microtransactions, or pay-to-progress, in this Mario Kart beta. 5 different kinds. And no, I don't mean 5 different kinds of cosmetics. I mean 5 different times of, hey, pay to play this game, types of microtransactions. So let's break those down one by one, shall we? First, and maybe most egregious in the beta, are stamina hearts. You all know how these things work in mobile games. You can only play the game for a certain amount of time before you lose your lives and you can no longer play the game. If you run out of hearts or lives, you have to wait till a timer runs down to get more of them to play the game again. Sometimes it's the next day, sometimes it's in an hour. In Mario Kart, you get 5 of these things right now. 5 stamina hearts, and when you run out, you have to stop playing the game, wait for a timer to run down. And those stamina hearts run out basically 1 race at a time. Or you can pay to refill your stamina hearts, which means that to play Mario Kart on the Android or iOS platforms for any extended period of time, right now, you have to keep paying to keep playing. A part of Mario Run's problem was its always online connectivity, but here, I don't think a lot of people are going to be super stoked about only being able to play for 20 to 30 minutes at a time, if that, before having to play to continue. Good luck with your long flight. Number 2 is a traditional Mario Kart and Mario method of affording things, and that's coins. Now, coins are a little bit different. Coins are going to get you upgrades, tracks, carts, everything you can dream of in the game that's going to be purchasable, you might be able to buy with coins. And by that, I mean the simple, small things, gliders, stuff like that. There's a coin rush mode that, guess what? In order to play the coin rush mode, at least right now, you have to pay. Now, at least in this very small instance here, you can just avoid this altogether. You don't have to play this mode. But if you want to, there's more money coming out of your wallet. Then there's the little currency that everyone has an issue with. A currency that's brand new to any Mario Kart game, and it's referred to in the game as emeralds. Now in the beta, you can't buy them, but it's been confirmed that in the full game, there will be a store that allows you to buy emeralds. And this is a big deal because the entire game is built around them from the ground up. Emeralds are your purchasable, monetary currency, if you can call them that. They're the overarching currency, the thing that's going to get you in the coin rush, the thing that's going to allow you to buy more hearts, all of these things. But more importantly, they're used for 2 things in specific. Again, buying into coin rush, and another mode called Fire the Pipe. Now, Fire the Pipe is the little bitty, it's not a mode really, it's a loot box. It's probably the thing you've heard the most about if you've heard anything about this Mario Kart Tour release. Fire the Pipe is pretty simple. There's a pipe. You fire something out of it, it could be anything. It could be a new racer, it could be a new cart, it could be a new item, it could even be emeralds. You have to pay to fire the pipe. You get a random item out of the pipe. What does that equal? That's a loot box. In this game, you cannot get them for free, at least right now. The game wants you to spend your money to open these loot boxes. There are other Mario Kart games that don't do this but have a similar reality to them. This is not one of those games. This is a Mario Kart game. I repeat, a Mario Kart game with literal, actual loot boxes. Now this is a big deal for multiple reasons. The first reason is it's a dangerous Nintendo precedent that hopefully stays on mobile, but it's not something you want to see in any game with Nintendo on it. And it's also worth pointing out that it appears throughout most of the beta that a lot of the things that are being unlocked with all this stuff can be earned. The problem is they're a lot harder to earn. The game appears to have been built around pushing you to spend money and not pushing you to earn things. Earning things takes a lot longer than if they just build in some predatory stuff that gets you to reach into your pocket or your mommy's wallet or your daddy's wallet, or whoever ends up spending money on this game, and the game kind of builds itself around that idea from beginning to end. And there's some real pay to progress, pay to win stuff here. So these microtransactions allow you to get things like new racers, premium racers, racers that are better than other racers, racers that can hold more items, which obviously gives you an advantage over other racers that can't hold more items. And if you could pay to unlock these things early instead of having to earn them, well, there you go. This is a Mario Kart game that quite frankly has the potential to make way more money than anything Nintendo has ever done in mobile. And it's mostly because at every single turn, the game is asking you to spend yours. As for the game itself, like I said, a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. Hopefully I have some footage here. I don't know if it will be. Nintendo's been taking down footage left and right. You're not supposed to actually post beta footage. Any footage that goes up here, I will put a credit source because, you know, I can't post any footage of the beta, but there's some stuff that's widely public. It might be right here. If not, I'm sorry, it's out there. It all looks fun enough, but there's a bigger problem with this. There's a problem that's deeper than just Mario Kart, and it's the way Nintendo has treated mobile in general. Nintendo did say way back with Fire Emblem Heroes that this was a one-off thing. They didn't like this freemium, this free-to-play model. It wasn't something they wanted to do. They said after Super Mario Run that they still weren't interested in the free-to-play model. They wanted the pay-to-play. They wanted the gate. And they said this because they felt like this was the best way to purchase a game, to deliver a game to the players. Simple. Not being asked to pay a bunch of money every 10 seconds, not only being able to play for 20 minutes at a time, you get everything. And honestly, I genuinely believe that Super Mario Run's biggest problem wasn't necessarily the $10 gate, it was that it had to always be online. I recently downloaded the game when I was traveling, hoping, forgetting by the way, that I could play it all the way through my trip. I couldn't. I could only play it when I was connected to the internet, something I didn't remember and something that again made it not worth playing. It also didn't help that with Super Mario Run, you bought the game, you got the first world, and then had to pay $10. According to Nintendo, only 5% of people that downloaded Super Mario Run, 5% paid that $9.99 price tag. That means that 95% of people that downloaded Super Mario Run didn't bother spending a dime on it. That's a massive amount. A lot of those people probably downloaded the game having no idea there was a pay gate there. So why exactly does this concern me? It's simple, just the regular old slippery slope theorem. If Nintendo is so quickly to give up on the Super Mario Run model, if they're so quick to say, hey, I know what we said about Fire Emblem Heroes, I know what we said about Super Mario Run, even after the game didn't meet expectations, but here we go, giving in to everything we didn't want to be, how long is it before their console games become these things? How long is it before every release becomes something kind of like this? Now, a lot of you have asked me on Twitter and on here, do you think Nintendo's console games will start being free to play? They'll start doing these kinds of things in their console space. They'll start offering loot boxes. My personal answer, subjectively, no, I actually don't. I don't think that Nintendo is suddenly going to put loot boxes into Splatoon. I don't think suddenly their games are going to become free to play. I don't think suddenly they're going to turn into every AAA company ever. I personally don't, but I understand the people that believe that this might be an option. I don't, but I think that's a blind faith in Nintendo at this point. Because the people that have played the Mario Kart Tour beta, the people that have gotten their hands on it, it doesn't take a long time to see how people feel about this. Here, it's really easy to find people that formulate very simple opinions, and every opinion is the same about this. This is going to be A fun time waster absolutely destroyed by microtransactions. Does that sound familiar? Does it not sound like any mobile game ever? Nintendo was supposed to be the gold star, the one that stands out, the diamond in the rough of mobile. The people that were still offering full price games and giving you everything and letting you just play. And how quickly has that all diminished? But now, it's your turn. I want to know what you guys think about this. First off, are you ever going to play a mobile game ever? Does Mario Kart Tour interest you in the slightest bit? Is it something that you think you would spend any time with if it was free? Would you pay for it? And there's my most important question, the one that I think is most pertinent. What would you rather have? A free-to-play Mario Kart Tour that has all of this stuff in it as it stands now. Again, this was a beta, so things could change before it releases. Nintendo could wise up. Or would you rather have a $10 to $15 Mario Kart game that doesn't have any of this, but you're gated? You have to play that right away. Let me know the answers to any of those questions down in the comments below. Let's have a real conversation. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Also, fun fact for those of you that have not been in the loop, this is the kind of game that I'll be covering on our new second channel, What's So Great. I'm gonna keep talking about it at the end for a couple more videos, just for everybody to find out. It's a brand new channel. Over there, it's all gaming, but it's dramatically different than Clean Prince. I figured that there was a place, or I wanted to make a place where it was just the positive stuff in gaming. Kind of funnier, lighthearted. Hey, what's so great about every single game that comes out? But more importantly, every single week, we look at 2 to 3 games and we say, hey, this game may be terrible, this game may be great, this game may be mediocre. Who cares? We have to find, our job over there is to find the good in it. And a lot of it's just funny stuff, but a lot of it's serious. A lot of it's taking a look at these games that people work really hard on. Game designers, artists, writers, all these people that put their hearts and souls into these games and often have them ruined by people in suits or the heads of studios. We try to find their work underneath all of the negativity, underneath all the hype. We try to see, is there anything good about this? Is there anything worth purchasing here? For example, Days Gone, mixed reviews. We did a What's So Great on Days Gone over there. We tried to find everything good about Days Gone, forgetting all the negativity, forgetting all the hype. So all that's over on What's So Great right now. Clean Prince isn't going anywhere, obviously. You're still getting videos over here. What's So Great is a collaboration between me and Jordan, who you probably know, and that allows me to keep doing Clean Prince full-time like I've always been doing, as well as that. So go over there and hit subscribe if you're interested in supporting this channel and that one. Also subscribe over here if you're interested in Clean Prince. You're gonna get videos like this. Twice, 3 times, sometimes 3 times a week. And also, pretty soon I'll stop talking about that channel, so you won't even have this at the end. So there's that. As always, if you did enjoy this video or you don't enjoy What's So Great and what's over there, I'm sorry. We put out more and more content each and every week. I put out more and more content over here each and every week. Maybe you'll catch some of that. Maybe you'll enjoy that. But if not, thank you for giving me and this channel a shot. And until next time, guys, I know my voice still sounds weird. I'm out.